everybody, we're back. We're live. Mike Phillip filling for Dr. Peter Glidden, Friday, September 19th, hour 2 of the Fire Your MD Now radio show. And we're going to get to a bunch of your calls right away here. Denise in Oregon, Judith in Trinidad, Janet in Wisconsin, I believe that is. WI, that's Wisconsin, right? I'm sure she'll correct me. Irene in Winnipeg and Kat in Santa Cruz. We're going to get to all of you. But first of all, I want to talk about an article I found here out of blacklistednews.com. Dozens of Indiana residents arrested for harvesting ginseng plants too early. A number of Hoosiers are facing charges and potential jail time for merely possessing ginseng plants without government permission. According to media reports, a total of 25 residents were caught up in a government crackdown to ensure compliance with the state's onerous regulations on a natural plant desired for its roots. Indiana dictates every aspect of ginseng cultivation, including the issuance of a state license to deal ginseng, prescribing the dates of permissible harvesting, specifying the required plant characteristics before harvesting, controlling where and how it can be grown, controlling when and how it can be harvested, and controlling when and where and how it can be sold. Did you notice I said the word control 3 times there? Control, control, control. Must have control. It is illegal to buy, sell, or possess any ginseng out of season without written authorization from the Department of Natural Resources, Division of Law Enforcement, states, and official from the Indiana DNR. So this just underlines what we've been talking about on this show. A woman can go into the hospital for an unnecessary procedure and get sepsis. That's okay, though. 1 in 3 of them die. That's okay, though. Because that's how things are supposed to happen. You just suck it up. If the medical system kills you or destroys your life, well, mistakes are bound to happen. Oh, but if you grow ginseng and pick it too early, you're a danger to the public. And I know I'm comparing Alberta health policy with Indiana, but the fact is Canada and the United States are rapidly merging. Can anybody say Obamacare? You know I'm right. Janet, how you doing?
Yes.
Good to talk to you.
Yes, I was on the air yesterday and I got cut off.
Okay.
For some reason, but I was told to take the Healthy Bone and Joint Support, the 2.2, and the Healthy Start Body Pack, and the liquid Glucose Gel in 2 selenium bottles, and take that for 3 months. Now, if there was anything else, I didn't hear it. This is what, because I have this atrial fibrillation, which Dr. Wallach said was nothing more than an irregular heartbeat. It's just a fancy name. He says that was due to because I had it at birth, it was due to a degenerative spinal cord.
Yep.
And he says it's very easy to reverse and take care of it by doing this.
Yep.
And so it can be reversed once I get my bones and joint support and the healthy body. Healthy Start Body Pack going into my system. Now, I have been on the minerals. I've only been on longevity for 2 months.
Okay.
Next month will be 3 months. I'm taking selenium, and I'm taking the BTT. And, of course, we got grandfathered in from Beyond Organic. So I was taking the herbs that Jordan Rubin had. The ones for remove toxins from your body. So I don't know if I got everything or if I missed anything of what he said. And I don't know if since Dr. Glidden isn't there, I don't know if you know the answer.
Well, you know what? Ed, that's exactly what I would have told you. It's, according to Wallach, and he's a guy who would know. And not only that, but I know several people who have recovered from atrial fibrillation, okay? And, wow. Definitely. Ash James is a longevity rock star here in Team Glidden. She's a really good friend of ours down in Seattle. In fact, she really helped us get going with longevity in the first place, and she's also a big part of why I'm on this radio show and you're hearing me right now. But her husband, Duffy, recovered from atrial fibrillation, doing exactly what we were talking about earlier there. So when you talked to Dr. Glidden and he told you to get on that healthy bone and joint pack, I can't give you any better advice than that, because that's exactly what I would have told you. Now, from what you told me that you're taking, I'm guessing that you weigh right around 100 pounds. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do exactly what the good doctor told you. That's my advice.
I just ordered this stuff and it'll be pulled on the 20th and probably shipped next month, then I can start it.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do, and make sure you follow that 10 bad food list, Janet.
Oh, yes, I heard about that, too.
So, hey, you were listening. Was I right when I said Wisconsin? Are you in Wisconsin?
Yes, I am. Yes,
I got it right. Okay, it says Janet WI, and I'm not sure of all the acronyms for the different states, but I got that one.
Oh, yeah, right, exactly.
Janet, I couldn't give you any better advice than Dr. Glidden had said there the other day, and that's all based on Dr. Wallach's work. Now, interestingly enough, Dr. Glidden worked for a company selling supplements only to doctors, high-grade stuff that you can't even buy on the shelf that, we don't have access to. And he has said on several occasions that Dr. Wallach's stuff blows it all away. So, you have access to some of the best nutraceuticals on the face of the planet. And you're a smart lady because you know who to listen to. And, you were saying it's only been 2 months. So, you know what? Give it a little bit more time. Try and take everything that Dr. Glidden had told you. And I predict that you're going to see a big turnaround. And when you're doing cartwheels and jumping around thanking God that you feel better, phone the show back because we want to hear from you.
Yes, I roller skated in competition for years.
You did what?
I did figures, and I only weighed 105 pounds.
You're a figure skater?
I only had 3% body fat, and I was in real good shape. But then I went through a divorce, and it really and my husband wrecked my credit and everything, and so I kind of just gave up. But I've always been in the health, and I've never taken any pills or anything. And
you know what? Life has got some really crazy stumbling blocks. Things come along that you don't see, and everybody hits a point in their life where it's like, why bother anymore? You feel like you've been hit by a Mack truck, life just kicked you in the face or whatever. But, don't give up and keep trying to do something better for yourself because, you're worth it, Janet. And you were talking about, you were a figure skater?
Yes, I was roller skating.
Roller skater, okay, yeah.
Figures, yep.
Yeah, it's the same thing with specifically women that I run into with any kind of a bone and joint problem or a mineral deficiency. They were athletic all their life, and it almost always goes that way with them. And that's the majority. A lot of the women that I meet with bone and joint problems were very athletic, and they're very small and beautiful. And if they didn't tell you, you wouldn't know that they had these problems because they hide it, because most people do. And it sounds like the same thing with you. You were overworking yourself. You were losing minerals. And, it just caught up with you. But you know what? Praise God. Here it is. You're going to get it back.
Right. I also have a sciatic nerve problem. I've been seeing my chiropractor on that.
Uh-huh.
But I've been going for 4 months, and it hasn't really helped me. So I don't know what the problem is there. I'm thinking of getting a different chiropractor.
Yeah. It's just like anything else, there's good ones and bad ones, right?
That's right. And I feel it's time for a change.
Time for change. That's a good name for a radio show. Time for change. Well, we lost Janet. She just dropped off, but, you know, she's a smart girl listening to Dr. Glidden, and I couldn't have given her any different advice. Now, listen, if you called the show yesterday and Dr. Glidden told you to do something, and you want to call in today and get a second opinion, here's my opinion to follow that up. Do what he said. Because I've followed his advice for about 3 years now, and things have gotten better and better for me and my family. We're going to jump over to Judith in Trinidad. How are you doing?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi there, this is Mike Phillip. It's not Dr. Glidden. Have you got your radio on?
I am calling from my Skype, yeah.
Okay. Could you turn it down on my end because I can hear me talking back to myself?
Okay, I have lupus. I was diagnosed with lupus in 1994, and I've been on a lot of medication since. I was in remission. I've had 2 blood transfusions. I've had a lot of blood builders, but chronic anemia seems to be holding me. Within the last 2 years, my condition took a downward spiral in that.
It sounds like things are not going very good for you right now, Judith. We got a break, so I'm going to have to put you on hold till after these commercials. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We're going back to Trinidad after this. Phillip filling in once again for Dr. Peter Glidden. Have a great time doing it. You know, I love hosting this radio show. I've always had a passion for talk radio. I listen to it all day when I work, if I do. Self-employed, so, you know. Hate me if you want. For the break, we were talking to Judith in Trinidad. We're going to go right back to Trinidad, where I wish I was right now. And Judith's in the weeds with her health, and she's not feeling great, and she wants out. So, Judith, go on start from where you were there, please.
Okay. So everything has been complicated by fibromyalgia, and I've been placed on a lot of prescribed drugs, but my vitals seem not to be moving in any positive direction. And it's
of course.
One complication after another.
Yeah.
The most recent is spinal tissue degeneration. And I'm just wondering if there's something that I can do, because I'm tired of taking all this prescribed drugs. It's not making me any better, and it's just too much.
Yeah, it's too much. And you know what? When you get to the end of your rope with those drugs, they're going to have another drug, and that's what they do. They just keep throwing drug after drug after drug. And, you know, we were talking about this earlier, and it's just masking problems. It's masking symptoms. They're just trying to make the symptom go away, and they don't want to deal with the underlying problem. So how did you hear about this show, Judith?
From a friend of mine, Wayne Harris. He spoke to me about it, and I tried calling a couple of times, but I got cut off like I did earlier today. But I'm persistent today because, again, the pains are not going and it's not helping. So I really want, and I'm looking forward to an alternative.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what I would do if I was you, Judith, I don't know what your friend there has told you. I'm assuming he's a longevity distributor.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, okay, good. Good. You have a good friend there. Let me just tell you that right off the bat. What I would do is I would listen to your friend, and I would get on personally, if it were me, with everything you described to me. How much do you weigh, Judith?
180 pounds.
180?
Yeah.
Okay, I would start out with 2 Healthy Start packs. All right, 2 Healthy Start packs. I would add to that 3 bottles of selenium, Ultimate Selenium. All right?
Okay.
Now, along with that, I would throw in 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. All right?
Okay.
2 Healthy Start packs, 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals. You can just put PDM. Your friend will know exactly what that is. All right?
Okay.
And then I would add to that also, I would add a bottle of Glucogel Plus, liquid Glucogel Plus.
Okay.
All right, Judith? And
Okay.
your friend there, he'll help you to take that properly so that you don't have any problems because you want to maximize that absorption. Are you aware of the 10 bad food list, Judith?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. I want you to stick to it, girl.
Okay.
All right, you got to do it. This is not a maybe. It's not an if. It's not a if you think of it or anything. You're going to have to you're going to have to plan your life around that menu. But here's the good news: once you do, you'll start feeling better, and you'll just get used to eating that way. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so get back in touch with your friend, Judith, and if you guys want to get a hold of me, you can shoot me an email. It's mike@teamglidden.ca. Okay? And I will keep in touch with you. And get back with your distributor friend. Was it Mark?
Wayne Harris.
Wayne Harris, okay. Get back in touch with Wayne Harris, and he's going to show you how to get your hands on this stuff. And if you need help with taking it, I bet you he'll be able to help you with that, too.
Okay, great.
All right. You have a great day, Judith, and I'm really super jealous that you're in Trinidad while I'm here in Canada because we're just going into winter. And you're probably looking at palm trees right outside your window, I'm guessing, right?
Oh, that is true. That is true. Lush green.
I don't want to hear any more, okay? All right, you take care, Judith. We're going to let you go. I hear the music, and that means we're going to go to a break. After this break, we're going to get to Kat, Irene in Winnipeg, and Wayne in Alberta. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be right back. Mike Phillip filling in once again for Dr. Peter Glidden. And before the break, we were talking to a lady in Trinidad. And we have a caller from Canada, 2 of them actually, lots of them from the United States. I've heard from people in Africa. I've heard from people in Australia. And speaking of Australia, I would just like to add that if you are in Australia and you want to get involved with longevity and you want to talk to somebody who knows the ins and outs of the business and how to get your health back, how to order the products, you can get a hold of PJ and go get your pen, Australians. Go get your pen. All right? He'll give you a number. 0260363704. Once again, Australia, get on board with longevity. Get your health back. Get on board with the business. Sign up your friends and neighbors. Get your finances back. 0260363704. Ask for PJ and tell her Mike Phillip sent you. I don't know how much easier I can make it. We're going to go to calls again here. Before I do that, I'm going to read off the call-in line, 844-374-5433. Get in touch with this show. And with that, we're going to Santa Cruz. We're going to talk to Kat. How you doing, Kat?
Fine. Thanks, Mike, for all the work you guys do. You and Dr. Glidden and Ben and Doc Wallach. Thanks so much.
You know what? I'm just happy that you included my name in that lineup because that's a lot of great men that you just mentioned there. But you're welcome, and I have a real passion for what I'm doing because I can't stand seeing people sick anymore. And just like the world fought the Nazis in World War II, I'm fighting the medical establishment.
I know. I feel the same way, and Dr. Glidden has told me before to just move on. When I tell my friends, which are seniors, most of them, they just say, my MD says I shouldn't take calcium. My MD says, da-da-da, and they're taking Coumadin, which is rat poison.
Yeah.
So it's just hard for me to see my group of friends that are seniors just, oh, my leg, my back, I can't take calcium,
Yep.
I can't take... So hard, but anyways.
Well, it's not even just seniors, Kat. It's not even just seniors. My son is 22, and he came home the other night just fuming because one of his best friends, this girl named Laura, she's beautiful, beautiful little girl. I've known her forever because her and my son were friends. They ran the same circles. Well, she's like 21 years old, and they're talking about cutting out all her lady parts, telling her she's going to get cancer and she's only got 3 years to live. And they want to do all these crazy things. And he's telling her, well, you know, come talk to my dad. This is what we would do, and you don't need the surgery. And nope, that's not what my doctor says. And it drives me absolutely crazy. And I'm actually really hoping that we can do a second Nuremberg trials, because a lot of these individuals know that they're killing people with the things that they're doing. And it needs to stop right now. So I recognize your frustration, Kat. I see it up here in Canada, and apparently it's happening in Santa Cruz as well. So what did you want to talk about today? Yeah.
Well, before I knew about Doc Wallach and all these great products, I had bilateral hip replacement a decade ago. And then I suffer from hyperthyroidism, and tied in with that is severe depression. But what I'm wondering about the bilateral hip replacement is I'm on OsteoFX and glucogel, but I'm starting to get pain in my groin and pain in my femur. They broke my femur bone when they were tamping the titanium stem down into my bone.
Are you serious?
Yes. Oh, yes. So they wrapped a wire, some type of metal wire around my bone, and said, forever you will live with this wire bone on your bone, a wire on your bone. So anyway, just recently I've started having pain in the bone where that wire is. So I need to know what to up or add to my program regarding the hips. And then
I wonder if things, you know... Yeah. As the bone strengthens, it's probably going to grab onto them screws from the replacement even better. And if you've got that, I can't believe that. I mean, it sounds like, to me, like, you know, if a tie rod went on your truck, you could fix it with some haywire. You know what I mean? And it's how these people operate. They look at you like a mechanic looks at a truck almost. It's holy.
After the surgery, Mike, he told me from the doorway. He didn't even come in. Oh, by the way, there was a little complication. Nothing. We broke your bone and just put a wire around, but just from the doorway, and that was it. So,
wow. By the way, I broke your pelvis. I'm going golfing now. I was talking to a lady at the mall here about longevity. And she said, I was talking to my doctor the other day. I had a physical done, and he went through all the results and said everything was fine. And then and just like you said, from the doorway, he turns around and goes, oh, by the way, you've got breast cancer. And then he walked out. And she was like, she went home and she cried for days. And it's crazy. But I wonder.
It's criminal.
Yeah, it's criminal, but at the same time, these guys believe their own propaganda. I think they do. And they're so used to seeing people walk out with bad results that I think that they're also, as well as it being criminal, they're demoralized. Like, they just don't care anymore, because that's all they know, and that's all they've been taught. They've been taught that this is the peak, this is the pinnacle of human medical research, and they watch themselves fail all the time. So, like, in order to operate in a system like that, you'd have to shut it off and kind of become jaded and numb to it after a while. But, you know, in the meantime, here's you. Oh, by the way, we broke your pelvis. Here's this other lady. Oh, by the way, you have breast cancer. I got to go. My shift is over. Somebody else will deal with it, right? So, but, you know, you're getting pain now. And the first thing that my brain goes to, I was thinking about Dr. Wallach, and he says he can't undo surgery. So, you know, if you've got stuff regrowing, how long have you been doing the products?
Oh, just about 6 months, real regular, you know.
Yeah.
I played with it for a year, but real regular, 6 months.
I did the same thing. When we first started getting stuff, I got just the Tangy Tangerine, and we felt really good on that. And then I started taking the EFAs and everything. And when I started taking... when I started taking a whole bunch of stuff and following the 10 bad food list, things just exploded. So I know exactly where you're coming from. So you're getting pain in your pelvis, and and where they broke it.
In the groin, and where they broke the femur, where the wire is. Correct.
Yeah. So, oh man, that sucks. You know what? If I was you, I would be taking colloidal silver as well as everything that you're taking to make sure that no infections can arise, because that is really powerful as far as knocking out infection. I take colloidal silver just about every day, and I've got I'm gonna tell you something about me. Okay, I'm gonna get real here. Are you ready for real?
I'm ready.
Okay, I don't like dentists. All right. So I'm talking about 10 years ago, I had a tooth half knocked out of my head when I was playing hockey. I took a slap shot right in the mouth. Okay? So I had a half a tooth busted off and jagged, and I didn't like dentists so much that I sat down and I drank a fifth of Jack, and I tried to pull the tooth myself with a pair of needle-nose pliers. Serious, I did this. And it busted off right at the gum line. Okay? And so, but here's my point. My point is, I've been told for years that if I don't get that taken care of, it would kill me. Right?
Right.
I've taken colloidal silver forever, and I never, ever get any infections. It doesn't happen.
Wow.
Seriously. So it'll knock out just about anything, and I would think about that. First of all, that's what I would do. And if you keep getting pain, I mean, there's also the possibility that your body could be rejecting the wire he left in there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I thought about that. Yeah.
So I would combat any kind of infection that might be taking place. You can take the Killer Biotic FX. You can take colloidal silver twice a day, like a few drops under your tongue, or you can go to your local. You know what? Veterinarians actually sell colloidal silver that they use on animals, and it's totally safe for humans. I know CNN did a hit piece on colloidal silver where they said it was turning people blue, but I've actually never seen that happen. And if turning colloidal silver turned people blue, I'd be in the blue man group, okay, because I take a lot. So I don't think that's going to happen, but that's the first place I would turn. And Kat, if it doesn't change, keep an eye on it in the next little while here. I mean, well, you can't help but, right? Because if you got pain, you know it. But if that keeps happening, call back in when Dr. Glidden's on and ask him. But you know, honestly, you can't undo surgery. And so, you know, the doctors that have got all this fancy schmancy university, 6 years of it, cost them $900,000. They couldn't even tell you before that how to avoid it. No, the first place they went was, we need to fix you like we would a truck. We got to replace the ball joint, and then we'll wrap some haywire around this. And I'm sorry, but I broke this when I was in there, and you know what I mean? You got to pay for that too. But
well, if I can just say one thing in parting, what I think kind of sums it up all is MDs haven't figured out how to relieve acid reflux when peppermint oil will do it. So that kind of sums it up for me.
Right, yeah, I know. It's crazy. I suffered for so many years totally unnecessarily, and it drives me crazy when I think about it. But the fact is, you know, a lot of my life was determined by somebody else's lack of knowledge. And it's not my mom's fault, because she was just doing what, you know, you get sick, you go to the hospital. And, you know, summer camp was the worst time of life for me. I mean, I spent all of summer camp laying in a cabin, struggling to breathe, while my friends were running in and out telling me how great canoeing and archery was. You know, because I couldn't breathe. And, you know, it's so stupid. And it could have been taken care of a long time ago. But, you know, you got government and lobbying groups and business. And Benito Mussolini defined fascism as a marriage between government and business. And if we don't have that here in North America, I don't know what we have. I mean, you guys got Obamacare down there, and that was basically put together by the insurance companies. Kat, can you tell me what you've seen with Obamacare? I want to hear it from an American.
Well, I'm on Medicare. So that kind of, you know, there's not a whole lot for me to do. Changes don't really affect me. But what the frustration with the whole Medicare and everything is nothing will pay for chiropractic, acupressure, anything holistic,
dental,
one vitamin,
optical,
one mineral. Nothing, zero. But I can have kidneys removed, knees replaced, hips replaced, no problem for free.
Kat,
so
I got to let you go. I got to let you go. I hear the music. That means we're at the end of the segment. Get a hold of me at mike@teamglidden.ca and let us know how this is going for you. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Glidden. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. We're live on Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in again for Dr. Peter Glidden on Friday, September 19th. Call-in line is 844-374-5433. Now, if you're shy and you don't want your beautiful voice going out over the radio or the internet, you can contact me directly, mike@teamglidden.ca. mike@teamglidden.ca. And Lori Peasy, you tried to get a hold of me the other day, and I actually called you back. Try again after the show today. I'd love to talk to you. So with that, we're going to go over to Winterpeg, and we're going to talk to Irene. How you doing, Irene?
Yeah, hi. I actually have a lot of questions for you, so if it takes too long, just feel free to cut me off.
Sitting down, Irene.
Pardon me?
I'm sitting down. Go ahead.
Okay. One of the questions I have for you, doctors usually want women to have mammograms and colonoscopies. And I know the opinion on mammograms. I've never had one yet. What about the other? What do you think about
colonoscopy?
Yeah, are they important to do?
Okay, I'm going to tell you my opinion on colonoscopies. They're important to run away from as far as you can.
Okay.
Colonoscopy, what they're going to do is stick a camera inside of you, and nobody's colon is shaped the same. Okay, nobody's. Here's the deal. Even if they find something, say they find polyps or whatever, right? All they're going to do is they're going to want to do surgery on you.
Yeah.
They're going to want to give you drugs, and it's not going to help. Now, in the off chance that they actually nick something or tear something during the colonoscopy, then you're going to need a surgery to fix that, and that actually kills a lot of people every year. So, my advice to you, if you see a doctor with a camera on a long, windy thing, run.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Fair enough? That's my opinion. Okay.
Yeah, great. Okay, now I have a little kitty cat with diabetes, and somebody told me that I can use Bloomin' Minerals, and that seems a little strange. Would you agree with that? That's okay for pets?
Well, I'll tell you what. I agree that it seems strange, but that doesn't mean it's not right. Now, I watched, did you hear the show yesterday with Marvin Ropp?
No, I didn't.
Okay, Marvin Ropp's an ex-Navy SEAL, and he is an expert or aficionado, I don't know what you call it, on the agricultural aspects of the Bloomin' Minerals. So, here's the thing. What your friend told you is absolutely right. I have a friend named Zibby. He's kind of a big biker guy. And, well, he's not as big as he used to be because I got him on longevity. He lost like 60 pounds. Anyways, he got the Blooming Minerals, and he put it in a rain barrel in his yard just so that he could water his plants by stirring it up every once in a while. And what he noticed was that he could not keep his dogs out of it. Okay, he couldn't. The dogs wanted those minerals so bad. I have another friend and I know you're talking about a cat, but animals is animals, right? And I got another friend with a black lab, and his name is Scott. And whenever Scott goes to the cupboard to get the tangy tangerine, this dog almost knocks him over trying to get at it. I mean, he wants it. And when he gives it to him, it's funny because he'll just put a little bit in a bowl and make like a paste, and the dog will lap it up like crazy, but every once in a while he'll put his face up to make like, oh my God, this is so bad, I can't believe I'm eating it, but, right? Like, because, you know, dogs aren't known to want tangerine-flavored peach stuff, right? So, but the animals just can't stay out of it. Now, Irene, I hear the music, and that means we have to go to another break here. Actually, the show is over. The show is over. I can't believe how fast it went by. But yeah, for your little kitty cat, I would give it just a little bit of the Bloomin' Minerals. And time went by on me so fast. Wayne in Alberta, I'm sorry I didn't get to you. And we'll be back next week. Dr. Glidden will be back on Monday. God bless America, God bless Canada, and God bless you. Mike Phillip out.
Thank you.